We're at 4874, which is my house, and I am telling you what is wrong with my yard. So this is my yard. This is what's been done in the front. The trees were not done by Malcolm at Sweet Lawns, or the bushes. They were done by the nursery. They were installed and bought. They were bought by us and installed by the nursery. This breeze was laid down, but when they laid down this breeze, they didn't cap off the sprinkler systems like Malcolm had told the sprinkler guy he was going to do, because Malcolm was working the breeze the day the sprinkler guy came to cap the sprinklers. So for weeks we were leaking water underneath this breeze. Then they had to tear it up. That witness would be Chris Brummett. If you'll look at my yard, you can see that it's completely uneven. There's just waves of, they didn't even out anything. It's just not done right. The rock should be level with the concrete, but as you can see, it's not here. And you want to put the ruler up so we can see how many inches it's off. And it's about 3 inches there, and if we were to move it closer to the rock, it's 3.5 inches off and above. And then you can just see the swells of rock and dirt. Just the rock, the dirt underneath it. This breeze was also laid, I don't know, like the first week they were here. But this corner, unfortunately it rained last night, but this corner is always wet when the sprinkler system is on. Right now the sprinkler system is off because they had pulled the head off of this tree, the sprinkler head. I would also like to show you how the rock is going into my neighbor's yard. I forgot that 2x4. Here's where the it's not a French drain, it's just a hard pipe drain comes out, and all of this rock falls into my neighbor's yard because they didn't do the dirt underneath right. And this patch of dirt is a finished product. It cannot keep rock on it because it's a hump. It is higher than the stuff below it, so the rock just slides off. And here's another piece of finished product where you can see the fabric. We are still in the front yard. There's the bush. You can definitely see the fabric in both of these. We'll keep moving. Here is some more finished product where the rock is sliding off. And here are the fence post holes. Chris Brummett was hired to dig these and put up the fence that day, but Malcolm never showed up with the fencing material. And here is the flower box that wasn't made out of the correct wood. This wood will crack and rot within, I've been told, a year. I don't know if that's accurate, but this isn't even the wood we picked out. We picked out pressure treated yard lumber to use. Here's another finished spot where the fabric is coming through. Again, it is super hard to walk on this rock because it is not even. Here is the pipe for my neighbor's house that Malcolm dug up with permission from me and my neighbors, because the pipe was hidden under their rock so that there wouldn't be any pooling water. He was supposed to put it into the hard pipe, but chose not to. So it is still pulling water, and he did not fix it like he told our neighbors he was going to. As we'll keep walking, you will see a bunch of fabric come through. Hey, put it right here. There's another dip right here. So let's just put it there. There's good. Here, as you can see, the 2x4 is laying, but there is a almost 4-inch gap because they did not smooth out the dirt underneath this. I would also like to point out that the second post from the end is leaning, and I am 100% sure that this is not on our property line. They did not do any measurements, and there used to be these green stakes that they took out, and I believe it's at least 6 inches off from our property line. But here's another way you can see where it's going in. And they put dirt all on my neighbor's rocks. And then you can see how it's bowing out on this side. And we're going to look back at the ground. You can see right here how the dirt is indented. They didn't even level this. It's puckered right there. And we'll keep walking. Granted, they clearly thought this was where they were going to finish it because they were putting rock down and this material. So, as we're walking, Malcolm also did not do any of the stamped concrete. As you can see, there is dirt on our concrete from the last storm. The water came up over our concrete. We have pictures of that. We told him there were 2 pipes coming out of this concrete that he buried, and one of them he hard piped into this gutter coming through. And we told him those 2 pipes were to drain the water from this side of the yard to the other side of the yard. And he insisted this one little mesh thing would be enough. And first real rainstorm we had, it was clearly not enough. It was over our concrete. It just, right now, I think our concrete probably is getting ruined by all the water that's been hitting it. So we'll come back over here to this corner where this fence is. This is all the rock he's gotten done. There are gaps in my fence. You can see concrete where it was concrete at the bottom. In other places you can't. So you can see how they didn't know what to do with the dirt. I mean, you shouldn't see the concrete stubs in some places you shouldn't. You can also see how the fence comes in and out. Again, the back side of the fence, I don't think that it is on my property line. I believe it's at least 6 inches, giving us the advantage of 6 inches, whereas the one on the side was giving the neighbors in the red house advantage of 6 inches. They just didn't measure, and I don't think that they looked at the plot plan correctly, because there was a green stake in the ground where Oakwood said our property line ended, and like I said, they took it out, but it was at least 6 inches away. So, and I just wanted to have you look down here at all of the work that has been done. We're gonna keep walking. This retaining wall was put up last Tuesday and it's already fallen. We told Malcolm, and another contractor friend of mine told Malcolm that Chris Brummett, who he had hired to do the fence, that this was going to fall because it was not built right. And that's when he walked off the property, never to return. This dirt right here, I have pictures before the rainstorm. This dirt was already in the rock because he had taken it past where we were going to do the breeze, and this, wherever the breeze is where it's supposed to be turf. And then he had to push it back, which there was no fabric underneath it for some reason, and so there's dirt now in the rock, which will cause weeds. Here again is the retaining wall. I just want you to get a good look at how this thing collapsed. Also, I would like you to get a good look at the flow of water from the last rainstorm. They took down Oakwood's black fence that was behind our fence, so now the water and the dirt is getting through. And we will keep walking. This is all the dirt, all the rock being done. Pretty much everywhere is not level, but we're going to point out just a few places that aren't, because we could do that probably everywhere in our yard, and this would be an hour-long video. So there's the retaining wall again, gaps underneath the bricks. You want to grab that 2x4 again? Dirt not level inside. You can see how not level the dirt is here. They got dirt from somewhere, threw it over our fence, and buried, in doing so, they buried the sprinkler head for this tree. And now we have all this extra dirt that they really haven't done anything with. I mean, they took some of it out again. I think this is a good angle to show you the leaning tower. They built the play structure. This took them a week to do. It is not complete and it is still leaning. I was very clear that I would like it to be level because kids will be playing on it, and I want it to be safe, and concrete it in. It's not concreted in. It looks like they finished because they put the mulch down, so I don't know why they didn't level it before that. And we will show you the level, with the level that it's not level. I don't know where a good place to put the level is.
I mean, you can see it's not level enough to give you the level.
Okay. Here's the back part near the play structure.